Welcome students in this class. In the previous class, I had started this OR, the introductory class, or explaining about what it stands OR. And while explaining OR, I had explained 5 points. Remaining 6 points I will explain right today. So it is point 6, that is general methods for solving OR models. Now, we have 3 methods. The classical method or the analytical method, which we have been using since last 100 or more than 100 years. In this classical domain, we have differential calculus, integral calculus, and difference equation. Along with this, we can also take differential equation. This classical method in toto, that is constraint optimization, which I have discussed in detail in last 4 or 5 videos. So new students could contact and could see those videos, my earlier videos. There you could get everything regarding constraint optimization or the classical method of optimization. Second is iterative method, that is most rampantly used, known by the LP method. This method was given by D.B. Danzig in the year 1947. And since then, this method has developed by leaps and bounds. Though initially it was linear programming, but now as per the need of the organization, it has been developed into nonlinear programming, integer programming, dynamic programming, goal programming, simulation models, etc. So these are the iterative method. What we do here in this iterative method, we start our journey from the worst solution and we improve this solution till the improvement becomes absolutely impossible or the cost of improvement becomes unbearable. There we stop. So that is the methodology of iterative method. And this iterative method is of course used when this classical method fails. As long as this method works our job, it's fine. But at various places where this analytical method breaks down, then we use iterative method or the linear programming. And in certain cases, we conduct Monte Carlo studies, that is the sampling method. And in this method, we estimate the value of non-stochastic variables, that I will just explain in LP class what non-stochastic variable is. But Monte Carlo studies or the Monte Carlo method is being adopted as a sampling method to estimate the non-stochastic variables. And in fact, in this method, whatever are the decision variables, we look for the distribution of such variables from other places, and from their own distributions we pick up the values, we make a sample, and then we conduct the entire test. Virtually in this Monte Carlo method, we make flow diagram. So till date, these are the 3 techniques in OR. Analytical, iterative, that is LP, it is the most important and most widely used, and thirdly is the Monte Carlo method. So this is what about the general method for solving OR. Point number 7 is the management applications of OR. Massive and immense use of OR in management and industries. So to name few, this OR is used in finance, budgeting and investment. Secondly, purchase, procurement and exploration. Thirdly, marketing. Fourthly, personal management. And finally, research and development. So this OR has immense use in management. Next, number 8 is scope of OR. We can't limit the scope of OR in certain fields, but to name few, apart from this management, this OR has massive use in agriculture, maximum return from the given part of land or the given area of land. And various things are being solved with the help of OR in agriculture, in finance, in industry, in marketing, in LIC. In LIC, virtually, what should be the premium for the different age groups? For the same policy, their OR is also used. LIC, it has virtually, this OR has developed in actuarial science, and this is what is used massively in LIC and elsewhere. So these are the various usage and scopes of OR as of nowadays in management and at various other places. This is what the use of OR stands to. Now, point number 9 is role of OR in decision making, right? Very nice thing. The role of OR, when the team of OR is engaged or is being hired for an organization, then they make suggestions for the overall improvement and development of the organization. First of all, they look for the loose plugs of the organization, and those loose plugs or the loose points are being rectified first of all. So when any organization starts using OR, the first benefit flows from there is the organization has a better control over the entire organization. So OR provides a better control. Secondly, the use of OR leads to a better coordination between the different sections of an organization. So OR leads to a better coordination. Thirdly, when there is a better control and the better coordination, definitely the entire system will develop and it will be rectified. So we have a better system, and if these three things are improved and developed, finally with the help of these three, we could have better and improved decisions by using OR. So when an organization uses OR in this way, it affects the decision making of the organization. So this is what the role of OR in decision making. And this says the role of computers in OR. Virtually, computer is a boon for OR. There is a massive calculations in OR, voluminous data, voluminous findings, voluminous calculations, and if those calculations would be made by human or manual, it may take months, days and years. So by the use of computers, those all complex and intricate calculations could be finished in no time, within minutes. So computer has become a bane for the OR, and virtually as of now, OR team cannot extend their service without using computer. So much so that various computer models have been developed for the use in OR. A few of them are QSB Plus, QSOM, ValueStorm, Excel 97. These are the different softwares for doing work in OR, Lindo, and there may be other softwares too. So this use of computer in OR has become a bane for the OR. Rather, OR would not have been what it is today without the use of computer. So it is a bane for OR. And just finally, arrival and origin of OR in India. In 1949, OR unit was established in Regional Research Laboratory, Hyderabad. In the same year, R.S. Burma of Delhi University established a OR team in Defense Research Organization. Thereafter, in 1953, a great economist, Professor P.C. Mahalanobis, established OR in ISI Calcutta, and the same P.C. Mahalanobis gave a 4-sectoral OR model for second 5-year plan in India. It was given by the Mahalanobis, and it was 4-sectoral model, and this model was OR model. Thereafter, in 1957, OR Society of India was formed, and finally in 93 it was introduced in various universities in India. So OR was introduced in Delhi University, IIM, etc., and to almost all universities conducts OR course as of now today. And to name few organizations who use OR is Hindustan Lever, Telco, Tisco, ANJC, and there are the various organizations who are using OR for the betterment of their organization. So students, this is what about the introduction of OR. I have finished in 10-11 points, and I hope that you must have understood what OR stands, what OR is, what it means. So all these points I have covered in these 11 points. And from next class, I will be entering into linear programming. So this is all for today. From next class, we shall be in linear programming. This is all. Thanks.